Hello friends, colleagues, and associates. I am Vincenti from VincentiIL, and welcome back to the Minecraft Tree Spirit Challenge. Today we are starting off right in front of our tree farm because I do have a couple of quick updates for you. As usual, we've done a whole bunch of more gathering of resources, just grinding away off camera, and we are pretty much there with getting the 4 double chests full of birch logs, which as we know is really useful. I've been spending a lot of time just mining. It's pretty relaxing to do that, putting on like a podcast or an audiobook and then just chopping away, chop. And then the other thing is our house here has a little bit of an upgrade since the last time. Nothing too fancy, but it's very much less boxy looking than it was before. So otherwise the interior is pretty much the same. So there's not a whole lot going on there. But as you can see in my inventory, we have quite a few emeralds because I think it is about time that we get full diamond armor. We have all of our diamond tools from trading with the villager toolsmiths and such, and I think it's time to get a full set of matching enchanted diamond armor. So let's head over to the armorer and see what we can get. We are just making our way into the village here, and as you can see, there are quite a few iron golems having been spawned inside the village here, and that's going to be actually the main topic of today's video, is working with iron golems and specifically building an iron golem farm. It's a little bit crowded here, so we're going to take care of that a little bit of ways out here, but let's find our armorer over there. Come here. So we have leggings and boots already. So at this point, really all we need to get him leveled up, if we level him up to master level, then we will then be able to trade and get a diamond helmet and diamond chest plate, and we should be good. So let's get some chainmail chest plates just to level him up, and that should do it. There you are. And here we are. Unbreaking 1, not bad. Fire protection 2, also not bad. But here we are. We've got full diamond. We've got diamond everything. We don't have perfect level enchantments yet, but I feel much safer and much more comfortable now that we've got our full diamond gear going. As I mentioned before, the purpose of today's video is to build our iron farm. Last time, we spent a great deal of effort building our villager breeder, and it's way over in that direction somewhere, kind of there-ish. So what we're going to do is head back to the main base. What we're going to do is try to get all the resources that we need to get going with the iron farm. And the farm that we're going to be building today is not any particular design. I'm just going to kind of, just a custom one based on all of the new 1.14 iron golem spawning mechanics. So let me just drop these off and then we'll get going. All right, I think we should be pretty much good to go. I mean, knowing me, I'm going to end up having to come back anyway because we're going to somehow be missing like a whole bunch of things, but we should be good to go for the most part for the build. Again, I'm kind of going on a custom design for this. Some of the basic mechanics are we need beds, so I have wools and I can get more planks with the birch logs that I'm carrying. We're going to need composters or any kind of workstation blocks. Composters are the cheapest, I think, so that'll be useful there. Hoppers, chests for collecting everything. I'm thinking we're going to use a lava source to actually kill the iron golems and collect them in the hoppers and chests. And then we'll use some water to push them in. The rails are 2 reasons. The first is it's going to be taking a zombie round and round to kind of keep the villagers panicked so that they continue to spawn golems. And then we'll also use powered rails to transport the first few villagers from the villager breeder over there and bring them to wherever we're going to establish this. I also brought some andesite because if we end up using the lava bucket for the killing chamber, we can't build it out of birch logs. We're going to have to use something sturdier. I'm going with andesite because it looks better than cobble, I think. Signs and fence gates are going to be used to hold and manipulate the flow of the lava source and the water so that we can control how they go. Now let's head over. We're gonna do this somewhere kind of close by to the villager breeder, but not super close. Let's head on over there and see if we can pick out a spot. See, now I was considering the option of using a campfire as the killing mechanism for killing the iron golems, but the thing about it is I'm pretty sure, and I did a little bit of testing, but it seemed pretty obvious to me that the campfires deal damage much more slowly than lava buckets do. So lava bucket is riskier and it's going to be more difficult because I have to build it using birch logs, but I can't. There's a big chance of something catching fire, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. Oh my goodness, it's so noisy over here. I think this thing has been going for quite some time. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. We've got a party. Okay, well, we can put these guys to use. So let's see if we can find a nice spot. So after just kind of considering for a little bit and looking around, I think I'm going to try and build it in the middle of this lake here. I think that's a good spot because I should be able to cart them over with some path logs, and it's not too far away that I end up having to use like more than what I already have as far as birch logs go in order to get over there. The other thing is that because of the fact that we've got so much water here, I'm pretty sure that helps with making sure that I can build the farm high enough that when iron golems try to spawn, they don't accidentally spawn on the ground level because of the fact that the surface is so far down. For example, if I were to try and build it, say, over here, I would have to build it even higher in order to make sure that it doesn't allow the iron golems to spawn on those blocks, on the dirt. So I'll go ahead and we'll just head on over to the center of the lake and get the base platform built out. So far we have our collection system done. We have a 3x3 area of hoppers here feeding into this chest system. And what we're going to do now is use the andesite to build up from there, and it does have to be a certain amount. This part's going to be a little bit tricky because I'm going to have to use birch log as my scaffolding. So far it's not actually turning out that bad, so let me just continue laying out this wall here. What I've done is I've pillared up with the birch logs up here, and then I've just kind of surrounded the area that I'm filling in. And what I need to do actually before I finish filling this in is I need to use these signs right along there because that will prevent the lava from flowing downward. Basically the way that this works is the golems are 3 high, so their feet will be there, their midsections will be in the signs, and then their heads will be where the lava is. So the lava will be continuously doing damage. When they die, the drops will be at the bottom so that they don't get destroyed in the lava. Because the signs are underneath the lava, it won't get burned up or anything like that. If I had these walls made out of the birch logs, then they would definitely get burned up. So let me go ahead and finish that up. I guess I'll come back later once I'm done with everything else with the system. I'll come back later to put the lava right there. Now we're really close to finishing the spawning platform here. I've used a bit of a staircase to get up here, and I'm building this part out of birch so that I can get around while on top of it and build easily. At this point, what we need to do is use these oak fence gates. These are going to stop the water from flowing, but still allow the golems to pass through once we open the gates. So let me do that on each side here. Pretty sure it doesn't really matter which way they face, and that should be good. Now the only thing I need to do is grab another water source. So let me go ahead and place this lava down there. We're gonna punch a tiny hole through here, and that'll allow us to place the lava bucket right there. Perfect. I'll close that back up. Actually, I'm a little bit worried that that might cause some fire on the outside. Yeah, I'm gonna take that lava source back yet until I'm completely done because I'm a little bit worried that something could go wrong, which is often the case for me. So what I'll do for now is I'll just pop this in a hole somewhere. Dang it, I should have just brought another bucket. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this in my inventory, and we're just gonna do this with one bucket, and it'll be fine. I'm just gonna have to climb up and down once or twice. won't be too big of a deal. Let's place our first water source there. It's all green because we're in a swamp. I forgot about that. But as you can see, when the golems spawn here, the water flow will push them right up to the edge, and then the momentum will keep it going through, or the current. The gates will let them fall through without letting the water fall into the lava. Now let's grab one more, and then once we have our second one, this will create an infinite water source, and we can use that to complete the rest of the water sources. So if I pull it from the middle, that one stays forever. Okay, and we're good to go with that. Now the next thing we need to do is make sure we slab off the top of the railing. That way, two things: the golems won't be able to actually spawn on top of this. That would break the farm for a little bit. And then secondly, they won't be able to jump on top of these ones if they spawn in the middle, when they spawn on these platforms here. So we'll go ahead and slab these off. And the only reason I'm using birch is because I have it in plenty. So let's go ahead and make a couple more. All right, and we're all set with that. Obviously, we will need to take down all of these, and we'll do that in a little bit once we have our villager platforms done. And we're gonna do 4 villager platforms. They're gonna be 4 different modules. Each of them is going to contain 3 villagers, and each module, there's gonna be 4 modules, 1 on each end of these. They're basically gonna be like a block away, so that when the villagers get scared, the golems will have nowhere to spawn but right in there. It's getting dark though, so let's go to sleep. Now this is what we have so far as a example of one of the modules. Basically, we're going to have, again, the 3 villagers in here with 3 workstations that they can reach and 3 beds that they can sleep in, because those are requirements for them to actually spawn a golem if they get scared, that they have worked recently and that they've gone to bed or tried to go to bed. All we need to do here is surround this in birch fences, just to make sure that our guys don't fall out. When I did it in testing, I had these higher. I think really this should be fine as far as making sure that the villagers don't fall out, because they try not to climb on top of these things. All right, and that should do it. I guess what I'll do is build all 4 modules and then transport villagers over here. I'm gonna have to do that 12 times. It shouldn't be too hard because they're all in roughly the same area. I'll repeat this for each of the other 3 sides, and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, we now have all 4 of our little modules in place. We've got the fence to keep them in and the roof to protect them from lightning. I'm gonna try and jerry-rig some kind of contraption to basically minecart them over into each of these quadrants. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but let's see if I can build something that'll push them into there. And of course, as predicted, I am completely out of birch logs, so let me make a run back. I feel like I might need more powered rails, but I don't want to craft more than I need because gold isn't that easy to get from here right now. So anyway, let's head back, put our, these noisy villagers, can't wait to put them to actual use. But let's put these supplies back, and then we'll come back and see if we can build up some kind of contraption to transport the villagers over there. We're actually not too far away from everything. You can see there's my little birch tree farm right here. It's still a tiny bit of a hike and takes a little bit of time that could be spent actually building the thing, but that's okay. Okay, so we're heading back. I've restocked on all my supplies. I think I should be good from here on out, but what I'm thinking about, part of the final version of this farm is there's going to be a ring just above the level of the villagers that's going to contain rails with a zombie going round and round. So I'm wondering if I can build some of that and actually use some of that infrastructure to help transport the villagers over, because that would save on resources and save on time a little bit. And I think that should turn out quite good. So let me come up to this side, which is going to be the closest side to the villagers. And I think I'm going to build it 1 up and 1 out. So basically this is where the minecart's going to run. And if I can use this to bring the villagers over, that would be great. However, sun is getting real low. Sun's getting real low, big guy. All right, I have a little bit of a platform coming out this direction. So I think what we can do is get ready to put this in. I did bring some birch leaves because we are going to want to make sure that the villagers aren't hurt by suffocation damage or anything like that. Okay, so if I replace this piece here. Okay, great. Now I guess let's place a redstone block right here, and then we'll start getting the rest of our path going, I guess. So that should help them not take damage as they come out. And I was kind of taking a look-see here. I think we are just about level, maybe one more. Yeah, I think that should do it. And then if we could just extend this all the way, should be good. Okay, perfect. We lined up exactly where we need it to be. Now let's get our rail system in place. Okay, I think we are good to go. Moment of truth. Let's step aside here, grab our minecart, and let's just let's see what happens. All right, we have one. Off he goes. Please land in the thing. Please. Haha, perfect. And he took his profession. Excellent, excellent. This worked out better than I could have imagined. All that I need to do is hop in there myself and take that minecart back. Let's see your hitbox. Thank you. Wonderful. That could not have gone any better. All right, and then lather, rinse, repeat, right? Let's do that 2 more times. Time for villager number 2. I think this time we're gonna get one with the taiga outfit. Yes, very nice. And there goes villager number 3. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, things are working out better than I could have hoped. Now, all that's left is to repeat this. Okay, and that's perfect. That's a perfect height too, because the only reason I could get out was because I could, as a player, you know, you can sneak and make yourself only 1.5 blocks high. Villagers need 3 blocks high in order to be able to jump over the fence and get out of there, which they cannot. So they are effectively trapped in there, which is exactly what I need. I'm going to go ahead and just complete this ring all the way around, and we should be good. So now the ring is done that goes all the way around. We just, let's see, we have this hooked up to the second module there. I am completely, well, almost completely out of regular rails, so I definitely am going to need some more. But let's go ahead and just fill out the rest of these with what we have. I'm going to go back to the base, grab some more regular rails, and then finish filling out the rest of these modules. I'm not all too fussed about having to use more of these iron ingots because, honestly, we're about to get a whole bunch, so this is totally going to be worth it. Cool beans. Let's put the iron ingots away and head back over. I don't think I need anything else. I guess I can put these spruce logs away. I like to try and keep my inventory uncluttered as possible, which is kind of a lot, I know. Well, a lot to ask for. Hold up, turning around. One more thing I thought that would probably make things a lot more efficient is if I used 3 minecarts, so that way I can send 3 villagers at a time. That sounds pretty efficient, don't you? So now we have 3 minecarts. Excellent, excellent. All right, let's do it. All right, we are back. Now let's try out this revolutionary idea of trying to be efficient. I have this hooked up to the second module already, so let's just do one right after the other. So here's number 1. Sayonara. Okay, let's follow that up with number 2. Excellent, excellent. And a number 3. So long. Now let's follow them to their destination. Please go to the right place. Okay, I saw one hopping over the top there. There goes another one. Uh-oh. There's a little bit of a backup, it seems. Oh, okay. That's, they're looking at me like I'm kind of crazy, which is possibly true. But yeah, let's go ahead and get some of these guys out of here. I'm worried that this one's gonna fall out or something like that. Okay, I have that. I'm worried that I'm gonna accidentally hit that one too because I can't see his hitbox. Okay, he's there. So what if I just... Okay, perfect, perfect. And then let's see if we can squeeze this guy. Don't fall out. I want him inside the fence. Perfect, there we go. Now let me just grab that. Excellent. Alrighty. And then you can sleep right here, please. He'll figure it out eventually. I guess I should sleep too. Let me borrow this bed here. Sun's getting real low, big guy. All right, off we go. And let's set the same thing up for, let's do this one over here. So I'm not gonna tear this down just yet. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to break off a piece of that Kit Kat something something. There we go. Now let's grab our next 3 volunteers. 1, 2. Oh, there was nobody in that one. There we go. Okay, I need to... Well, that's annoying. I gotta do that again. Okay, we are all set. All 4 of our modules have villagers in them. You can see there, and then... Can you see that one? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, let's see. I just wanted to test out the circuit, make sure that it's not on a specific time or anything. It's not going to be like the most efficient iron farm ever, but it's going to be definitely enough for my purposes on this world. But let's go ahead and make sure that that runs continuously by itself. I think eventually I'm going to replace these with maybe just levers. Okay, see, this is good to know because, yeah, that needs to go for a little bit longer. So the minecart still isn't making the whole way around. I'm going to have to reclaim some of these powered rails, but at the same time, I'm also going to I have to make sure that I can effectively bring a zombie up there, and I'm not sure that I have enough to do that, so I might have to end up going back to my base to do that anyway. Okay, looks like the minecart is so close to making it all the way around. Okay, definitely need to replace the redstone blocks with some other power source like redstone torch or something like that, because definitely there's a risk of iron golems being able to spawn on them. So yeah, I'll have to come up with something there. Probably levers. Levers are pretty cheap. So before we get a zombie up here, we are going to have to cover the whole thing, and we're just going to use slabs to do that. That way the zombie doesn't burn in the sunlight. Alright, well that's a surprise. I was just replacing all the redstone blocks with using levers for power sources, and I have come to discover that there are some iron golems inside our trap here. So something's working. I don't know where they came from or how they were spawned in the first place, but what I'd like to do is go ahead and take down all of these so that nothing gets burned up by lava, because I do need to place that lava source in order for this to actually start working. So once all of this is down, I'll go ahead and put that in. All right, and here we go. Excellent. We have ourselves iron golems, and man, that's kind of loud, but let's see. There we go. We got our first 2 iron golem kills. I'm wondering if those iron golems spawned because maybe some mobs spawned on some of this leftover blocks when they were up there, because I didn't have my zombie in place yet. And I had just placed all of the roofing too to prevent the zombies from, when it's in the minecart, from burning up. But yeah, we are so close. We are almost there. Last thing is to actually bring a zombie in there, and that's going to be a little bit tricky. It shouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I don't have any name tags. One relatively easy way to get name tags is if you trade with librarians, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get a librarian leveled up in the time that I want this to be completed. So the 2 ways that you can get zombies to stop despawning or to prevent them from despawning are using the name tag or trying to find one that can hold an item, which could be a little bit tricky. So that might end up being the way to go. And in any case, regardless of how we do that, we are going to need a method to get a zombie up here. So what I'm thinking is if we find ourselves a zombie somewhere in the forest next time it turns night, we can build a little scaffolding thing similar to this, but bring it up from the forest here. So let's go ahead and prepare that. Wow, there's iron golems spawning even without any zombies in there. It hasn't been even a full day cycle, and iron golems are just spawning. Maybe it's detecting this complex as a village, so it's kind of just spawning it because. I'm definitely pretty sure that it's going to go by even faster once we have a zombie in there. It's nighttime now. Let's go zombie hunting. What we're going to do is we're going to try and wander around these forests a little bit, see if we can find a zombie that will pick up an item. I'll just give it a block or something, and then if we find one that can do such a thing, we will trap it, sleep the night away, and come back to bring it up here. Okay, I see a zombie over there. I don't know if this is going to be the answer. All right, here he comes. Will you pick that up, please? Oh, yes! First try, baby! All right, look at that. Okay, now let's just lure him just there. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. All right. Oh, no, get back in there. Oh, no, it's going to turn into a drowned now. Dang it. Ow, ow. Okay, okay, here we go, here we go. Go by. I'm gonna go through you here. Okay, once again, get in there. Okay, all right, he's trapped. Perfect, perfect. Uh-oh. Why is there fire? No! No, 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 no! Why is there fire? Dang it. I thought everything was fireproof. Let's see, I don't want to deal with that while it's nighttime, so let's go to sleep. Our zombie is safe, and I guess during the next night cycle, I will fully transport him over. But come on, let's see what's going on over here. Oh no, it's breaking. Okay, I'm gonna have to patch that up. I think I'm just gonna have to replace everything here with andesite. At least these bottom ones, the ones that are close to the lava source. So let me do that. All right, took a little bit, but I did replace all of the underside of the spawning platform with andesite, so we should be good to go with that. Now, as for our little zombie friend over here, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically just kind of build a tunnel that makes it so that he follows me all the way to this area here, and then I can try and block him in. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's try it. Okay, I have made a pretty crazy looking kind of tunnel with railings on the side that goes all the way down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and lure that zombie all the way to the top here, primarily so I don't have to use any more powered rails than I need to. All right, let's do it. All right, come on after me. So as soon as we get to the very top, I should be able to lock him up again. Oh, I think that skeleton sees me. Crap, I didn't account for this. Oh no. Ah, this is not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, let me just scoot past him. Okay, okay, good, good. See, I'm glad that I have iron armor. Okay, come on in. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, now he's up here, which is good. Yeah. Okay, now I just need to take a moment. I need to think about how am I going to get him up there with these rails. Okay, let's first put him in a minecart. Okay, into the minecart. Okay, he took a little bit of damage, but I think we are good. And I definitely don't want any extraneous blocks here that we don't need, because I don't want to risk an iron golem spawning elsewhere. So let's get a powered rail underneath this guy, and then we will need, let's see, we'll need a block here, that there, and then if we power that with a redstone block, let's put a powered rail there as well, and power that. Okay. Go, 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 go. Yes! Yes, he's in the system. Perfect. Alright. We did it. We did it. Oh my goodness, we did it. Oh, I did not think I would be able to do that. Okay, I'm very pleased with myself. Let's see, I want to tear down the top part of this because I don't want this to interfere with the iron golem spawning at all. Okay. And there's some golems going. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's finish tearing this down, just the top part so that there's not any solid blocks that are too close to where those villagers are. Okay, that should be good enough. I'm going to run over to the bed and get some shut-eye because the sun has already gotten super low. Oh, it's almost sunrise. Yeah, let's sleep. I don't want phantoms to spawn. I also don't want to risk anything else getting in the way. It's like going to sleep at like 4 in the morning. All right, we got iron golems. Yes, I'm so happy. I cannot believe that I managed to do that. Because it's one thing to like try and like come up with something in survival. The hardest part is getting mobs to do and spawn in ways that you want. It's quite annoying. See, if I had access to name tags yet, then that might have made this entire process easier, because then I could just use any old zombie. Although I guess the part where I started actually having trouble was when I was trying to actually transport the zombie up there. So maybe the name tag wouldn't have done all that much. Let me just clean up the mess that I've made and I'll be right back. We've taken everything down. We're at a good place right here. I think I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time making it look pretty, because it does kind of look a little bit awkward. It's kind of just like a floating series of platforms. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup. Probably what I'm gonna do is just have some pillars, or not pillars, but maybe some walls coming down on the corners, make it kind of like drooping. It's gonna be tricky because I have to make sure that there aren't any solid blocks that are within range for golems to spawn on. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are pretty much all set. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse there, and I know that was I know that block was still there in the time lapse, but this is our iron farm. It looks a little rough on the inside, but I was kind of hoping to add some foliage. I wanted to add some like oak leaves to the outside, give it some more depth and some more color, but I am running out of time today. So I do want to just see, in the amount of time that it took to build all of this, that was about an hour. Let's see how many iron ingots we got. Oh, very nice. So that is about 6.5 stacks in just an hour. So that is perfect. I'm very happy with that. And this whole thing is working out pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with this design. It's pretty simple. The actual look, I think, could still use some improvement, but I think that that's probably a good place to end today's video. At first I was really nervous. I wasn't sure if I was going to actually be able to do this because of all of the extra work it takes just to build in the Tree Spirit Challenge, but things turned out pretty well. And I think next up, we're going to end up working on a trading hall. And I think the last thing I want to do here is make a little AFK spot where I could be sure that I'm safe from any mobs that might spawn. Speaking of, let's go ahead and just light up the build here. And that is it. I extended these andesite walls, this tube, so it extends all the way down to the ground level. I added a little door in the back, so this is my AFK chamber. And that is it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. But in any case, have a great day. Bye!